In 1919, the Soviet-Polish War began. Soviet forces hoped for a quick victory, but in the summer of 1920, Polish troops launched a surprise counterattack near Warsaw known as the Miracle on the Vistula. It radically changed the course of the war. After that, the Soviet advance was halted and Polish troops began a counterattack, pushing the enemy back into Belarus. Ukrainians also played a major role in the successes of the Polish offensive. The hopes of the Russian Bolsheviks for a world revolution were buried. Between 1918 and 1920, Soviet Russia also suffered defeat in wars with Lithuania, Latvia, and Estonia. The Baltic states defended their independence. This was achieved in particular thanks to the collapse of the Russian Empire, the country's desire for autonomy, and military mobilization. It was also due to the diplomatic recognition of the Baltic countries by major powers such as the US and France. Offended Russia, or more precisely the USSR, came for them in 1940. This time, the Soviet occupation of the Baltic countries lasted until the collapse of the Soviet Union. The First Chechen War began in 1994. Russia sought to regain control over the Chechen Republic, which had declared independence in 1991. Chechen fighters, led by leaders such as Dzhokhar Dudayev and Aslan Maskhadov, put up fierce resistance. Russian troops entered Grozny, the capital of Chechnya. The conflict led to numerous casualties and the destruction of homes, schools, and hospitals. The Russian army suffered heavy losses. The war dragged on for years. Attempts to resolve the conflict through political means were unsuccessful. After Chechen forces won significant victories in the Battle for Grozny in August 1996, the Kazavert Accords were signed. They halted hostilities and effectively recognized the independence of the Chechen Republic of Ishkeria. At that time, the Russians lost, and the authority of the Russian leadership and its much-touted military power were called into question. What invincibility and glory of Russian arms can we talk about if Russia had to give up Ishkeria, which is 1,000 times smaller and does not have even half of Russia's military capabilities? Of course, the Russians have not forgotten this humiliation. They prepared better for the Second Chechen War in 1999. Regular troops, special forces, and aviation took part in it. In addition, Putin diligently prepared the ground among the Russian population, portraying Chechens as terrorists preparing to destroy peaceful, innocent Russians.